Teachers went back to school today and at my school, and it was a work day. So I had the day to prepare for a new quarter. I had the day to prepare for report cards and to do lesson plans and to prepare materials. It was a wonderful work day, but I was so overstimulated that I couldn't hardly stick to one task. It was like I was going from one task to the next, to the next, to the next. And I had some new curriculum that I wanted to spend time with and really dive into, do some training with it, and get it ready to do for tomorrow. I was excited about this new unit. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. It was like I could not get my brain to focus in order to do it. And it made me think about Sandy Kay. It made me think about dysregulation. So when an autistic brain becomes dysregulated, it's usually because this nervous system has shifted into survival mode, like me today. There's fight, flight, freeze, or even shutdown. This isn't a behavior choice, it's actually a neurological response. So a few key things are happening at once. You have your sensory input is amplified. Things like sounds and lights, textures, emotions, and demands, they all come in louder and faster, and the brain has a harder time filtrating what matters versus what doesn't. The amygdala, that's a hard word to say, is more active. The amygdala, that's what our threat detection is, can become over-engaged even when the threat is something like noise, transition, uncertainty, or social pressure. That prefrontal cortex, now this is the one that's used for executive functioning. It handles planning, impulse control, emotional regulation, working memory, and flexible thinking. So when the nervous system is overwhelmed, blood flows and energy shift away from this area. So in simple terms, the brain prioritizes safety over thinking. So how does this dysregulation affect executive functioning? So when somebody's dysregulated, that executive functioning doesn't just weaken, it actually temporarily collapses. So here's what that could look like in real life. Your task initiation shuts down. You may want to start something like I did today, but feel physically unable to begin. This is often mistaken for laziness or defiance. Your working memory starts to drop. Instructions, steps, or even familiar routines can vanish in the moment. I was literally reading the same page over and over and over again. Cognitive flexibility disappears. Switching tasks, tolerating change, or considering alternatives becomes extremely hard and at times impossible. So your emotional regulation fails. Emotions become out bigger, faster, and with less filter. You could have tears, anger, panic, or withdrawal. Then your impulse control could weaken. Words or actions may come out before the brain even has time to process it. Language access may reduce. Some autistic people even will lose spoken language temporarily. It's called like situational mutism, or they may struggle to find words. So this is important. I want you to take this from this. This is not a skill deficit. It's a state-dependent shutdown. So when regulation returns, those skills often return too. This is something you should consider when you're working with somebody who has autism or possibly severe ADHD and that deals with dysregulation. A lot's going on.